Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, so today I want to talk about the so-called Borel Cantelli lemma. Okay, so this is a lemma in the probability theory, and I want to use this to prove the famous infinite monkey theory. Okay, and I think infinite monkey showing the many interesting probability literature, but actually the rigorous treatment will be using the Borel Cantelli. And this is not my first video talking about the Borel Cantelli, but previously I used more advanced idea that the so-called moment method. So to proving this Borel Cantelli. But in this video, I want to go back and using some more elementary way to introduce these two ideas. Okay, and if you haven't seen my previous video, if you haven't seen my moment method in quality video, then I will post the link below so you can check out for the quantitative version of this one. Okay, and hope you guys subscribe to my channel. Okay. So let me just write down a question. Okay, so the question is like this, right? So let's say you got some sample space, probability space, and you get some events. Let's say somebody give you the infinite events, the countable infinite event, and then you want to ask what is the probability of you want to ask what is the probability of the infinite EI happen. So you want to ask somebody give you the infinite events, and you want to ask what is the probability of there are infinite of them happens. Right? So EI infinite of them happens. Okay, so definitely this will be very difficult to compute, right? Because I mean there are infinite events, right? So I mean in general it will be very difficult to compute. Okay, but the Borel Cantelli give you the results. Okay, so there are two theorems. So theorem one is the if you take all the probability of EI and you sum over it, and you get the finite, which tell you that this implies that this PR of let's call it ES means that there are infinite. I will give the definition. So let's say ES is there are infinite of EI happens. The probability of this guy will be 0. Okay. So second is that. Okay. So this is the first Borel Cantelli lemma, and the second Borel Cantelli is that suppose you sum over it, and it's amazing that it become infinite. Okay, so you can see that if all the EI are the same, then this equation will be trivial, right? So let's say P of EI will be, let's say 0.000, and you sum over infinite, right? But it didn't tell you anything. Okay, so you need to add some more information. Okay, so you need to add the information. Let's say EIR is ER independent. Okay, so if you assume that all ER are independent, then you can show that the probability of ES will be 1. So basically, you can prove that the probability of infinite events happens will be 1. Okay, so these are the results. Okay, so let's write down let's write down this ES. So that's I mean, it based on how the mathematical background that you have, but ES can be written. So how do we describe the infinite happens, right? So you can see that let's say I can take let's say n to infinity and the EI, and let's say you take m to be n and then go to infinity. Okay, so you can try to let me explain why this is the ES. Okay, so let's imagine that this EI is a set. Right, so let's imagine EI as a set, and you take x belongs to. So what is x belongs to ES? So x belongs to ES means that for every n, right? Because it is an intersection, right? For every n means that x belongs to, right? S belongs to this, which means that there exists m greater or equal to n, such that x belongs to EM. Okay, you can see that so this is just this is the definition, right? from ES. Okay, so but you can see that this means what? This means that this X happens. So I should say X belongs to infinite EI. Okay, so the reason is that let's say you choose n equals to 1, right? There will be some m which X belongs to EM, and then you can choose n to be m plus 1. Then you will be find another m, and then you will keep finding another m. So you can easily say this definition tell you that X will belongs to infinity of EI. And you can also see that if X belongs to infinity of EI, that means what? That means that X will belongs to m from n to infinity EI. Because you given any n, there's always another m which X contains this, right? So X will contain in every in every n. So which means that X belongs to ES. Okay. So turn out in the probability language, this ES is exactly why I say that the infinity of EI happens. Okay. Okay. So this is the description. Okay. So let's prove the first Borel Cantelli. Okay. So Borel Cantelli tell you that you want to say that if somebody give you the probability from 1 to infinity is less than infinity, and then you want to prove that the probability of this ES will be 0. Okay, so you can check my moment method video, which gives you the quantitative version. But in this video, that we just use the elementary way. Okay, so idea is that we can just write ES to be okay. Right, we do this. Okay. Oh, is it? So I'm stupid. This is EM. Sorry. Okay. So this is the subset of this, right? Okay. So which means that if you take the probability of ES, well, that's equal to the probability of right. Well, that's equal to the probability of EM and from n to infinity. Then this is less, or this is the union inequality. So you can take out this. Oh, sometimes I use the probability PR, sometimes I use P. So this is a bad notation, but hope you guys understand. Okay, and since this is converge, right? This is the converge, so this guy is a Cauchy sequence, right? So this partial sum will go to 0, right? So you just take n to be infinity. Then this guy goes to 0. Okay, because this guy will imply this is a Cauchy sequence. Okay. So very trivial. Okay, so the very trivial. Okay, B. So B, I want to assume, but the second Borel Cantelli is that if your sum is infinite, and all the EI are independent, then you want to prove that the probability of E of S will be 1. Okay, this guy probably this one will be a little bit difficult. But let's do this. So I want to compute this, right, to be 1. So I want to prove that 1 minus this guy will be 0, right? So let's do probability of. Let's first check this. So I do the same thing. I first compute the sets before the intersection. Okay, and then this is less than equals to using the probability using the previous union. Let's do this. So here is 1 minus this, right? So 1 minus intersection. So in the probability theory, this is 1. This is the probability of this guy do not happen, right? So it's this. You take the complement, okay? And this is using the De Morgan rule, right? So we get EM's complement and from n to infinity, and then you can write it as 1 minus, right? So this is the probability of all the intersection, right? Sorry, not 1 minus. So they are independent, right? So their complement are independent. So you can write it as a product of n from n infinity, the probability of EMC. Okay, so which you can write as the n from 1 to n to infinity, 1 minus probability of EM. Okay, so let me just copy. So I prove this. So I prove this. So em from n to infinity. Oh, you choose this is n is fixed, right? It is less than or equal to the product of 1 minus probability of em from n to infinity. Okay, so we know that then now we use a simple inequality that 1 minus x dash is equal to exponential negative x. All x belongs to 0, 1. Okay, you can check it. So this is less than or equal to right? So since it's product, right? So you write this exponential 1 minus 1 minus probability of em from n to infinity. Okay. Okay, so which means what? Which means that 1 minus probability of this is less or equal to this. Okay, I get this. Okay, so now what should I do? Right, I just take what? I can so I know that the sum of it is infinite, right? So for any fixed n, this guy will be infinite because I know that all of sum is infinite and each one is finite, right? So for any n, the RHS will be 0, right? So you get okay. So now you take n goes to infinity. Okay, so in this problem, there will be some like the continuity issue that you can solve this by using the back dominant, right? But don't worry, once you write down this, at least you prove this. You prove this, right? You prove this because for each n is 0, right? It's for each n is a 1, right? So I mean, for each n is 1, right? So you take the problem, you take n goes to infinity, which will give you 1. Okay. So now the idea is that you can define an to be this. Okay, and then you can use the back dominant or the monotone convergence, the probability of limit, same as limit. Okay, so this is using the monotone convergence because this an is increasing, right? As you an is decreasing. Because for n increase, that the union set will be the number of union sets will be decreased by 1. So your an is decreasing and the boundary below, right? The probability is boundary below, right? Boundary above and boundary below. So you can use the monotone convergence. So using your lovely real analysis, or you can check on my real analysis video, monotone the convergence theorem. Okay, so you can take out the limit. Okay, so which you prove that probability of an is 1, right? So right, so you get this, and which is so this is probably an is 1, right? So this guy is 1. Okay, so what is this? So notice that this limit an will be this. Right, so it's the limit n goes to infinity the same as n from 1 to infinity. Take out the infinite, take out the intersection, right? Take the intersection. Okay, so you prove that this is probability of ES, which is 1. Okay, so this is the rigorous proof of the second Borel Cantelli. Okay, so we proved that the two Borel Cantelli, right? One is the sum of its finite, and the probability infinity happens 0. The second is that if sum is infinite and each are independent, then you can prove that there are the infinite happened. Okay, from here that one can conclude the so-called infinite monkey theory. Okay, so infinite monkey theorem, I don't know, maybe this is monkey, right? And there's a keyboard, and it keep typing the keyboard, and let's say the keep typing, right? So let's say the keyboard has some finite number, some finite length, finite word, finite character, right? Let's say a, and the total is a is finite. Okay, and the greater than 0. Okay. And then let's say you got some like the 26 the English character. And the infinite monkey theorem say that there's a so you got a probability you always get a probability of 1 that you can type any like the Shakespeare work or whatever text. Okay, so the idea is that the monkey will type, let's say, A1, A2, A3, and up to infinite, right? And each AI will be belongs to the character A. Okay. Okay, so we want to prove that let's say given text. Okay, so let's say somebody gives you a text, P, which is a text. Let's say text X. Text X is a particular combination. Let's say some work of Shakespeare. So this X will be, let's say, A1, A2, up to many long, let's say S. Okay. So you can ask what is the probability? So the probability of let's say the monkey type the word at random, right? So there will be probability of the monkey keep typing A1, A2 up to AS. Right? So there is a probability that the monkey type X in the consecutive S words. Which is P. Okay, so this P will be very small, right? Because for each word they need to match. Okay, so P probability is P. Okay, but now you have infinite, right? So let's say the monkey will keep typing. Okay, so now you take this word, you take this S word, and then take another S word, and then let's call this event is E1, event is E2, event is E3, keep going. Okay, so it's obviously that each events these events E1 will be 1 if this guy is exactly the same as X, and the E2 definition to be 1 if all is here. So we do the same thing, and then you sum the probability of this EI. Okay, and then there are, so you get P, right? I from 1 to infinity, which is definitely infinity. Okay, if P is non-zero. Okay, and all these are independent. Okay, so by Borel Cantelli, or by the second Borel Cantelli, the probability of X happen infinite times, or infinite often, is 1. Okay, so this is the infinite monkey theorem. That basically you can say that the monkey will have the almost surety to give you any text you want by using this theorem. You can prove this rigorously by using a second Borel Cantelli. Okay, so see you guys next videos.